Hello, folks. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. We're here at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library working with our colleagues for the second Republican presidential debate tonight. Now, as an alumnus of the Reagan administration, I always get a big kick out of coming here. It's kind of like a homecoming to celebrate the phenomenal success of an administration that defeated Soviet communism and spurred a multi-decade economic boom by putting the economy back into the hands of the hardworking men and women exercising their freedom and God-given talents to make America the greatest country in the history of history. Right at the beginning, with the Gipper's inauguration speech on January 20th, 1981, he laid out his core beliefs in these famous words. Please take a listen.
Government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
All right. And years later, in his second term, President Reagan reiterated this core belief. Take a listen to this one.
9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
There you go. Now, additionally, during a period when inflation was the #1 economic problem, that was back in 1980, just as it seems to be today, here's what the Gipper said as a solution.
Why is it inflationary if you keep more of your earnings and spend them the way you want to, but it isn't inflationary if he takes them and spends them the way he wants to?
All right, there you have it, some very wise words. Now, regarding tonight's debate, I think the 7 candidates who will be on the stage will have a crucial second chance to articulate a positive, common-sense vision to solve the problems created by Joe Biden's misadventures and leftward lurch. Frankly, I don't think they got the job done in the first debate. Sorry to say it, but that's my view. That's why tonight will be a second chance. And I believe voters are looking first and foremost for a strong commander-in-chief, a strong leader who will reject the big government socialism of Joe Biden's Democratic Party and explicitly reject Mr. Biden's so-called Bidenomics and his far-left Green New Deal, which is destroying the economy and jobs. The solution to today's inflation and falling real wages is not more government central planning or regulating. No. The solution is free enterprise economics, free markets, low tax rates, minimal regulations, and a strong, reliable dollar. And reopen the oil and gas drilling and refining spigots that will increase energy supplies and reduce energy prices and thus bring down inflation throughout the economy. Mr. Biden's Democrats want more and bigger government. The Republican candidates must unambiguously reject that notion. Also, these candidates must explicitly reject the open border chaos and catastrophe that is now plaguing the country, with 8 million illegals during the Biden term, with lawlessness, with homelessness, with fiscal bankruptcy, with drug trafficking, with sex trafficking, and with a virtual end to American sovereignty. The border is going to be a big issue in tonight's debate, and border security, a border wall, back to remain in Mexico, using the military if necessary, going after the drug cartels. These are all things that must be addressed clearly by the candidates this evening. No hedging, no ambiguity. And finally, restoring American values, traditional family values, traditional parental values, traditional schooling. This is what folks are thinking about in all parts of the country. Tonight's debate should not be about attacking Donald Trump, who is the clear frontrunner and has actually run a superb issues campaign. No. The candidates on the stage tonight must tell voters what they believe, where they want to take the country, and how they will overturn Joe Biden's wrong way direction. The spirit of Ronald Reagan hangs over the debate tonight, and I surely hope the candidates are listening to the Gipper's wisdom.